Hello. It's been quite a while since we made a video, but we're back. No illnesses, but anything like that. But a few things that need sorted out. As you know, I'm writing books, and I've got 14 of them now, which is not bad. I mean, admittedly, that I think I've got eight of them which are ebooks. So I mean, they were fairly easy to put together, and of course, you
Mm.
just put them on Amazon on Kindle. And of course, the others are actual paperback books. And it's well, we got a few things to say, haven't we, about
Mm.
how things are coming. How about you, Diane? How's the art?
Yeah, well, the art is going slowly,
Everything's going
slowly.
slowly, mate. No,
Yeah, it
yeah,
really. I think it's when you're starting out with art, it is finding out where you can um, uh, interact with other artists.
yeah.
It is, and I've been told recently that the best way to do that is go onto Facebook and look for an art group and just put a
Well,
query out there. So
hmm.
that's a suggestion that has been made by a lady that I know in Bendigo, and she's the curator at the Tourist Information Centre.
Oh,
But
right, yeah.
they also hold like um, um, like a display, and every so often they'll have a theme,
Oh, yeah.
and she's uh, gets together and organises,
Oh, some artists too.
yeah, a few artists
Yeah.
together,
Mm.
and she'll collate their work and then see what the theme is
Oh,
running,
see what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
running through
Okay.
everybody's work.
That's
So
brilliant.
there's no particular theme as such. So
No.
I did find that a little bit difficult because I would like to know, what the theme is, and then
Yeah,
I,
well, it makes a bit of sense, doesn't it, really? But, it's like
and
writing a
then
book and you don't know what it's about. That's
it,
that's not going to do you any good, is it, really?
no,
Yeah,
exactly. So
yeah.
I was hoping that we would have a little bit more of an opening there for me
Well, yeah.
specifically.
Well, I mean,
What do you
as we've
think?
said, this whole sort of thing is give it a go, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's what this is about. It's about
yes.
you're trying something new, and just give it a go. We're just encouraging
Mm.
ourselves and others, to the life after, like I say, after the hectic, last
Yeah.
4 years or whatever. People really do need to de-stress, calm down, get back to how things are with your friends, your family, and
Mm.
what you do, and get on with life and enjoy it.
Mm.
It just disappears. And as I said to you,
It goes really quick.
well,
It
it's
goes
it's it's
really,
been quite frightening. I mean, I
yeah.
say the years that you
Yeah.
think, oh, I retire when I'm this, I'm retired when I'm that, and then all of a sudden somebody's saying, oh, you've only got 2 years before you retire, Dave.
Mm.
What? And then of course I did retire, and I never made any plans about anything. We never really thought about retirement, did we? Well, I mean, technically you aren't retired. I mean, it's me that's the old codger, and I mean, it's what can you do? So I'm doing something anyway. Now, where was I? Oh yes, art. Now, I couldn't help but notice, Diane, that on your little easel over here,
Ah, yes.
you've got a
Yeah.
nice piece of art. Do you want
Now,
to?
this piece of art
Yeah,
um, uh, was, as you can see, I can bring it forward a bit.
I think you have to because it's a bit
I
dark
think you'd
again.
like to see
You're going
that
through your
a little
dark
bit
stage.
closer. Well, it is a bit, but
Yeah.
as you can see,
Ah,
I'll
it's
hold
not
it
bad.
up straight for you.
Oh
You
yeah.
can see that there's two little animals in there.
Well,
I
they're
say
not little, are
little,
they? There's
yeah,
what's that? A lioness or a tiger
yeah.
and a
That's
zebra.
yeah. So you've got your um,
Yeah,
zebra, and you can see those eyes, piercing eyes, looking cute little eyes looking
yeah.
through, and the tiger or tigress. They've come to the watering hole. Now the theme about this is that it's
Oh,
about sharing the same space, and the point about this
so
is
yeah.
that when even though these two should not be together,
Yeah.
They are actually
Oh, because of the water.
yes,
Yeah.
they're because of they have the same need. They are sharing the water hole, and
I like that. That's
they're
nice.
actually, like say, normally shouldn't be together.
Oh,
but
no, but like you say, yeah.
yeah, do you understand what
Well,
I'm
no, I
trying
mean,
to
it,
say
it
there?
just sort of come to my mind, I mean, if you wanted to call it, I know you called it shared spaces, but I mean,
Yeah,
Israel
yeah,
and Gaza just sort of things spring to mind, doesn't it? You know what I mean? I mean,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, people,
yeah,
animals, whatever, have got to share a space,
yeah.
and that's what they're doing there.
Yeah,
I like
I
it.
think
I
I
like it
think
a lot.
that's what it's not specifically political, but
No, well,
it is about, you know,
yeah,
like groups that are against each other,
yeah.
or there's
Well, they're
friction between
opposed,
the
aren't they?
two, or
These two. I mean, one would eat
yeah,
the other one, but I mean, because
that's right.
it's coming for water, I
Yeah,
see what you're saying there. They're coming, they're sharing it because they both need water. I
yes,
like it. Yeah, I like
yeah,
that, Diane.
and I think it's something that brings
Yeah,
people together is the need. They both have a need, and that need
yeah,
is water, and it's brought
yeah,
two opposites together.
yeah. Absolutely,
Yeah, there you
love
go.
it. Oh, so you've been a busy lass then, really. I mean,
So
yeah. Now, on the busyness, well, I mean, I have, for quite a while I was going to write a book about the experience of teaching
oh yes,
and
yeah.
things like that. And what I did is I did about sort of 25 pages of the initial teacher training,
Mm.
which is it was a mind blowing thing. It was absolutely um, well, I say it was unbelievable. It's so stressful, and the kids, they know you're a new teacher, when you're a new teacher,
Oh,
and
they
they
do.
twerk you and twiddle you and twist your little buttons and everything, and then of course some of the more senior teachers, they treat you like it's like a dog's life, isn't it? They do this and do that, and they know that of course because you're on your teacher training, you've got not a lot of choice really. You want to keep, you want to become a teacher. So
Mm.
you'd be surprised of, I mean, I don't want to give away too much. I say of my the plots of what I write, um, because I mean that's it. But I didn't get to doing a book.
Mm.
It is just 25 pages on an ebook, and I've downloaded it now, and it's called the Noble Novice Teacher's First Day. And it's not it's
That's a lovely title.
oh
Where did you get that title from?
well, I was the noble novice, I can tell you that. I tried to be noble, but I was definitely a novice. And teacher's first day is just absolutely scary. It is absolutely, you
Because you would consider yourself to be a novice because you're coming in fresh, aren't
yeah,
you?
yeah, of course you are, yeah.
Into,
Well, I mean, yeah.
most people haven't experienced the classroom, have they?
No,
Because
no. Oh,
they're
yeah, well,
coming
you
in
have as a kid,
to be a teacher.
and
Oh
and
yeah,
that's what I'm
yeah.
basically saying
Mm.
in this little ebook, that you can get off Kindle. If you ever look for Noble Novice, it's on Kindle. But it was an honest opinion of mine to say what it was like and what the experience was like,
Yeah,
because it was completely daunting. And the kids, I mean, kids are kids,
yeah.
but they're some of them, good grief. I've often said before that I've never actually met a kid I didn't like. I didn't like some of the things they did, especially outside of school. Some of them, but in the end, they were somebody's children, and I've had children of my own, so I understand this. But yeah, I can say that I'd like to encourage people to go into teaching, and that's another part that's on the
So
noble.
is there a comical side to this?
It's all comical. Everything I do is comical. I mean, it's just the
So
way. It's
it's
just
got
my
a
nature, isn't it? You know what I mean? I
yeah.
can't be serious. I'd like to be serious about things. That's why I said to you,
Mm.
I don't want us to sort of do politics and things like that because it borders on the seriousness.
Mm.
And in everyday life, I don't want that. I don't need it. It's not needed. And it's
So would you call this ebook encouragement
well,
for?
yeah, it is because
It's not necessarily for teachers though, is it?
oh
It
no,
could be
it's a bit
for
of
teachers.
entertainment for
Yeah.
anybody.
Okay.
Because we've all been to school, we all share that in common, don't we?
And where did you say you could get the ebook from? Did you say
Kindle.
Kindle?
Yeah,
So
Amazon
it's
Kindle.
on Kindle.
Well, I mean, what did you do? You go onto Amazon, and then of course
Yeah.
you get ebooks. You get their Kindle ebooks.
Oh yeah.
Now, I believe you download them on a Kindle or onto a iPad, or even onto your phone these days. But I mean, they're not they're not real books, are they? In my
No,
sense, because
no.
I'm the guy that likes a book on a bookshelf.
But people love them because
Oh
they're
yeah,
nice. They're easy to. I mean, you've got
oh
your
yeah,
Kindle or you've got
yeah,
I
on
don't
the
know, the
go.
format on the phone, and
Yeah.
you might be on the train, like you said before. Is
Oh yeah.
it's like
I mean, I met that. I mentioned to you that that guy that I was speaking to. And he said to me, he said, he said, when I go down to Melbourne, he said, go down a couple of days a week on business. He said, and he said, he'd be surprised of how many are sitting there with their phones
yeah.
reading or on iPads reading or whatever, and even on their laptops reading, and because, it's a nearly a 2-hour journey. And so,
Is this your Laugh Out Loud series,
no.
David? No.
No, the Laugh
Okay.
Out Loud series was purely just 5, which became 6, which became 7 now. It's very, very short stories, which is just comedy. I just adore comedy. I adore writing comedy, innuendos, satire, sarcasm. It is a beautiful thing to write, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So that they're all on there, but they're under a Laugh Out Loud series.
Oh yes.
So you
yeah.
can just pick your way through them. You don't go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is it Laugh Out Loud David Wiggins, isn't it? If you type in Laugh Out Loud.
Well, I mean, this is it. I don't. I'm not here to sort of brag about
Yes, he is.
and yeah, but I mean, I'll come round to that. I mean,
yeah, because this is interesting because people will be thinking, well, yeah,
well, what you're doing with yourself,
yeah, and what are you talking about? And then
yeah,
and then people want to know how to access it. If you're
yeah. Well, I
interested.
mean, that's the whole idea, and of course, I should just keep writing every now and again. I mean, it's this writing game. I mean, it does take up a lot of your time. My very first book, that Forgotten Children, which I'm desperately trying to publicise that. I mean, if you
hit the American market yet, or what's happening with that?
No,
That's.
I mean, basically, I mean,
that's been a real learning curve
it really has.
for both of us, actually.
Well, again, like I say, you get this thing now. I mean, as you know, I was a science teacher, so I really don't know anything about books. Okay, so what I thought is that, right, what do you actually do for writing, and then who do you sell them to?
Yeah.
And some guy said to me, he was doing some sort of course on the thing, and he said on marketing and something, and he goes, what you need to do, he said, is you have to find your target audience and then target them. I mean, what's he talking about? But I mean, I understand the principles of what he's saying. And as I explained to you before, I'm using Facebook and Instagram and what used to be Twitter, now is X.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm using them 3.
Yeah.
But what he said to me, he said that you have to have like a base, because you haven't got a shop or an office or something like that. You need a base. And he said your base, in my case, is the website. So it's halfpennyman.com. That is my website. And basically, if you look on there, you can then find all these things. And of course,
so all your books and your ebooks.
Yeah, but also my life story, what I'm trying to do. It's all on there, isn't it? And then of course, I mean, with your help, my little assistant here, she knows more than I do.
I know, but it's been a journey for us both. We've both learnt so much.
Absolutely.
As novices, we are total novices. So
I haven't got a clue on most of the stuff.
Anything that we can share with you, we will, because to learn it from scratch, it takes months and months. And then
this sort of network, I've explained to you before, this,
that can go drastically wrong, can't it?
It really can, and you've got to network your stuff out there on Facebook and Instagram. And now I put on Instagram now. I've done my Facebook one, and then I did the Twitter, and I did Instagram last. And I got on the Instagram, and I put on there. Got the book, and I put the Forgotten Children, and it's just a picture of the book cover, okay, it's two little kids on a book cover. You just have a look at it. It's Forgotten Children, you know. Anyway, so I put it on there, and of course I spent a whole week because what you do on a Monday you put it on Tuesday you put it on. You know, you get the gist. And I did the whole week of thinking, and of course it was coming back. It was the pings were coming on the old Instagram. And, wow, and of course Diane said, how many's that? I said that's 47, and then you get to 98. Good grief, there's a lot of people see, and everybody sort of that replied said like the picture, like the picture, like the picture, like your picture, like your photo, like your photo, and it wasn't a picture, it wasn't a photo, it was a book. It was a cover of a book. So I don't know if I missed all that opportunity, or if the people on Instagram just don't buy books. I just don't know. But like I say, this is part of what I'm saying to you. I'm going to share with you my experience, and Diane want to share her experiences of trying to do something to get out there, get known, because that's what we've been told.
This is trying to do something.
Oh yeah.
That it's venturing out of your comfort zone and trying to do something that is, building a career as such, but it's a career that is based on some enjoyed activity, and our enjoyed activity, mine and David's is books, and mine is art, and then to make a business out of it, but to do it correctly. And the formatting of a book is just something mind-blowing, and it took us almost a year to grasp what they needed. This is on Amazon because they have templates and all sorts of things. But we'll go through things like that. I mean, the younger generation seem to be able to, and we're not the younger generation. We were at one time, but we're not anymore. And we weren't brought up with technology, so this is learning from the very, very scratch, and it's not an easy process. You are becoming an editor, you're becoming a publisher, and without any training whatsoever. And the lingo and the language is foreign to us. And so me and David have been on this roller coaster, and very frustrating, very disheartening in a lot of ways, because you could easily just think that this is just too much, and I just cannot grasp it. I'll never grasp this because it's too complicated.
Yeah, but I mean, we're never going to do that. I mean, we
nearly got to that point, but we decided, mine and David's character is to, push on, and we're from that kind of background. You don't give up.
No. Yeah. I'm from a generation that mend and make do. Just get on with it. That was always the attitude. So just getting on with it. But
but now you've got there. Now you've got to that point of getting your books, and we've achieved getting over that big hurdle, and it's fantastic. It's a lovely feeling that we can see our effort, and David's effort mainly, that's gone on to creating the book cover and putting the content into
well, I mean, first of all, I was using Microsoft.
A template.
But it goes on a template because you've got to fit it to the size of the book.
Yeah.
The book could be like 6 inches by 9 inches, so the template lets you put that. But that wasn't once you found that was pretty straightforward. What the thing was is that I'd use something on Word where it'd do a spell check.
Yes.
And it went down.
Now,
and of
this
course,
is really important, and we'll try and encapsulate this in this video, because this is really, really important, which we've only just found out about in the last week or two, and we had not any idea about this. And the problem with not knowing this is that your books are being edited with Grammarly, but Grammarly doesn't always pick up some of the spelling mistakes.
No.
So what do we do?
No, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's they're not spelling mistakes. They're where you put in a word.
Yeah.
Say you were looking for where, and you put where as in instead of WHERE, you put WEAR.
Yeah.
Well, it's a correct spelling. So it just looked at it and thought, well, that's correct. So he just carried on. And then, of course, later on, when you're proofreading this, which is, like I say, that's taken us weeks. If you wonder where we've been in the last few weeks, I mean, weeks and weeks of just proofreading. And then, of course, you come across this word, where? What do I mean, where? You know, and why didn't this pick it up? You know, why? Oh, I'm glad I found it. Like, you know, and I mean that's true, isn't it? See,
it's really
if you
awful.
correctly spell the word, even though the wrong word is there, it doesn't pick it up. If the word is misspelt, great. It you know, get a red line underneath it, and you can alter it. Absolutely fantastic. But if you use the wrong word, I mean, I used psychology for one word, wasn't it? And what have I got there? Physiology, was it?
Physiology.
And of course, I spelt it right.
Yeah.
So it never picked it up. And then, of course, when Diane was, you were proofreading that one, and she said, "Is it supposed to say psychology? Won't be physiology?" Oh,
and that's only, you know, you're using Grammarly, and you're going through it, and you're just going skim reading, and you're just going over the words that are being highlighted. So you're tending to just focus on those words.
Yeah.
And if there's no highlights in the rest of the text, then you don't want to keep reading and reading. You've already read it. You've already written it.
Oh, yes.
And so you're thinking Grammarly is saving you time, which is the idea of it.
Oh, yes.
But what we found was on Word that there is a button to there's a drop down button actually, and it's in review, I believe. It's either view or review, one of those. And in that, on the left hand side, there's an ABC, and if you click on to the ABC, it will then look at your spelling, or it'll look at spelling and grammar.
Yeah.
Okay. And this has been like kind of heaven sent.
It has, absolutely.
It's been absolutely fantastic, because now we have a tool which we can use on David's work, and it's made it easier for him too, where it will look at the text and the grammar, and that's just saved us so much time, and we've wasted loads of time. There's no doubt, and it's you know, it's just not a very nice experience.
No, when I was making a few of these videos in the new year, January and February, I was overconfident when I was saying, "Oh, I'll have this done in a couple of weeks. I'll have this done in a couple of weeks," and then of course it's taken a month of just proofreading just for on a couple of books.
So we've got some of these little gems for you. Every so often, every time we come across something, and you may know this or not, but I mean, if you're new to all this, and you know you're wanting to be a writer, or just purely just editing text,
editing text, just
in general, these tools are very, very useful. They're not really something that everybody knows about, unless you're looking at documents, and you're reviewing docs.
If that was your job,
like that. If that was your job,
then
yes, exactly.
you'd be quite well
if you were an editor,
these, But if you're like us, where I mean,
So what I'm going to say is that just follow these YouTube clips that we have, and we'll keep updating you with these little gems, because we have our secrets, which are our things that we're learning along the way, and we want to share them with you
definitely.
And help you, and it will save you time, and it'll save you the aggravation and the frustration. That is, it's really upsetting, because you're there and you're thinking, what have we done wrong? What can we use? What else is there? And if you're not wanting to spend for the
I mean, I don't.
I'm sure there's things out there that.
Of course they could. You could spend a fortune on getting somebody to do this for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is not what we're about.
No.
I haven't come to retirement age to get employ somebody to do my work. I've got nothing else to do, so I'm doing it. That's my excuse. And I mean, I just want to do it myself. But I mean, I'm very willing to take things out. I mean, it was you put your stuff out there, and one of the first ones I put out there was this ebook called Smasher Smith. It's a lovely little story
Yeah.
of an old gentleman who was once an amateur boxer. Now, of course, he's in his sort of 80s or whatever, and but he's got a foul temper, dodgy hearing aid, and a big walking stick, and um, and so you can make comedy out of that in his when he goes about his town. But I put it on the Kindle ebook, and the, somebody in America gave a review, and I thought, oh, brilliant! Somebody's look at. So of course I had a look at this review, and she said, "What a lovely story," she said, "but the grammar was terrible." And I thought, oh no! And of course, that's how it is, isn't it? Is that you think to yourself, oh, good grief. So, of course, you quickly then take it off um, Kindle, tab it all up, get it all done, put the grammar, correct it all, put it back, and then put it back on again, and then hope somebody then finds this.
That was actually good feedback for us because
Absolutely.
if she hadn't given us that
No,
feedback,
we just would
we're
have
seeing
gone on to the next one and the next one and the
this
next.
is what taught us to and move on to finding a tool that would help us
Yeah.
to review our text and the work
Definitely.
in
Yeah.
a more professional way. And we thought we were doing that professionally, but
We thought we were, yeah.
until we got that comment, it was
Yeah.
like just quite horrifying actually and soul destroying.
I
But
wouldn't
you
go that
have to,
far.
well, it was upsetting. But I think but once you get over the shock, it's like you have to
Yeah.
welcome comments like that,
Of
as
course
long
you
as
do.
it's not hate crime. You don't want people hating you. But the way she wrote this
Yeah.
comment was
A really good
taken on board, and
Yeah, a really
she
good
did
story.
as she did you a really good favour.
Absolutely,
She
because
did
like I
us
say,
both a
that was
good
the first one
favour.
I put on.
Yeah.
What happened if I would have done 2, 3, 4, 5, and people would have thought, oh no, the grammar's not very good on these,
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want people to look at them and say these are damn good because she said it was a really good story. Well, there you go. That's what I'm a storyteller. So
Yeah, and fear not, people out there that are thinking about getting any more of the ebooks, and they might be grammatically incorrect. Not anymore.
no,
We've
no.
learned the lesson, and we're
Went all the
using
way through them again.
these
Yeah.
beautiful tools now that we have to hand to help us.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else to say, David?
No,
Any
no.
more
Like I say, I'm
updates?
gonna do another one. I'm gonna read some of my work to the audience. So
Oh,
you lucky people out there, and then
so we'll be bringing anything we've learnt to the table,
yeah,
and you'll be doing some
yeah. And I hope to do that.
reading,
Yeah,
of your books. Is it what are you going to be doing?
ebooks.
You're going to be reading your ebooks to give people a little taster.
Well, that's the general idea, yes, my dear.
Sorry.
Cool.
Yeah,
Blimey,
a little taster for you also.
in a couple of days, I'll get ready and then I'll get you sorted.
I think that's nice to have
Hey.
something from the author and the author reading it the way it was meant to be read. And that's
Sure.
another story. We'll get into that because we've got another little gem for you, and we'll share that with you next time.
Okie dokie.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you very much. See you next time.
And thanks for your shares and likes.
Oh, definitely. And with the website, it's halfpennyman.com.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.